sales on time. Front doors painted in pastel lime. The smell of coffee drifts through air so kind. Kids on bikes and dogs that bark. Chalk our sons on the driveway park. Every corner's got a story spark. Welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs, where the smiles bloom like flowers absurd. Come on in, yeah, leave your troubles unheard. Welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs. Welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs. Fences white and hearts aglow. The evening's hung with the golden show. Street lights winking like they know. Barbecue smoke in the lazy breeze. Laughter tangled in the willow trees. This place will put your soul at ease. We've got tales to spin and jokes to trade. Life's a page where memories are made. Oh, 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 welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs, where the smiles bloom like flowers absurd. Come on in, yeah, leave your troubles unheard. Welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs. Welcome to the Comics Gate Suburbs. Barbecue smoke in the lazy breeze. Laughter tangled in the willow trees. This place will put your soul at ease. We've got tales to spin and jokes to trade. Life's a page where memories are made. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We've got tales to spin and jokes to trade. Life's a page where memories are made.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated, chosen one of CG, Chicano Stanley, bad guy, bad dude, bad actor, the lighthouse in the middle of the sea, leading you to Comicsgate Destiny, the great brown hope, the detractor pope, the king of the bog, the Teflon frog, the one, the only, the dipshit who calls himself Frog, motherfucking Tony. That intro, I really got to cut that down. I can't believe that I am just bombarded with so many accolades, the names, the nicknames, all the identities just keep being added, piled on to me every day. We got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about that Spider-Man brand new day trailer. Man, we've been waiting. People have been asking me, what is your thoughts? What do you think about that trailer? And I said, we gotta wait till Sunday. CG Suburbs. That's when we talk comic books, comic book accessories. So we're gonna cover that. We'll briefly talk about Sam Keith passing away. Big influence on TJ's art, on our art, on the book, on the comic we're working on. So definitely going to have a little something to say about that. And we got a couple other stories, some interesting things, and just going to have a little fun because that's what we do here. And have some fun. Oddtoy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Did a little comic reading this morning, as a matter of fact.
Still reading the Civil War?
Yes, I am down to the last. Well, in this trade paperback, they have it in chapters. I'm assuming that's each comic. I'm assuming. Anyways, I got like one left. and I'm at the point where this like the final battle's about to happen. They both admitted to each other they had moles on each side, like all that kind of stuff. Like when they came in through. All right, here's a question I have for you. This negative zone, is that like kind of like the Phantom Zone in DC, like that kind of idea, or is this like an alternate dimension or something?
It's hard to really nail down. So the negative zone, depending on which comic you're talking about, originally it was just like another dimension, right? But eventually, I think currently in Marvel as it stands, the negative zone is the same in all realities. Like there's only one negative zone, right? So like there's not like a bunch of annihilises. It's just like that's the same one. Again, it depends on which comic you're reading because either it's within the same universe as the Marvel comics or it's in another universe separate, right? The negatives. Same thing with the microverse because the microverse started off as a independent comic universe that Marvel borrowed from some UK comic or some shit like that. It's really complicated. But yeah, it's basically just think of it as an empty space with like floating rocks and stuff in it, and that's the negative zone.
Okay. Yeah, because like once they get to the prison and all that stuff, like it didn't seem that much different. I just wasn't sure. Yeah. They didn't really explain it, But okay, anyways, so like they get there, like Black Panther's teleported over. He lets everybody out, and basically like Iron Man's like, well, you guys are outnumbered. Like I think he said 3-1 or whatever, and it's like, really, Tony, are we? And then. That's where I left off. They're about to kick off the battle. Gonna finish it tomorrow morning. It was really, I'm really enjoying it. It's great.
Yeah, I told you Marvel is so much better than DC, right?
It is not better than DC, but I really am enjoying it. Also, one more question. Hulkling. Okay, I don't know anything about him. Like, he was the mole, for Cap's side. Like, they had captured Hank Pym and, like, he had replaced him. All right. Does he get his shape shifting stuff from like his mother?
He's a Skrull.
Oh, he's a Skrull. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know that part. Okay. Yep.
Renowned Marvel pony boy, bud. Yeah. Otto has a dissenting opinion. He does. He's the DC guy. We love him for that. I'm the Marvel guy. TJ's the weird independent guy. So I'm glad you are enjoying it. Like I said, Civil War is pretty good. I prefer the older stuff with Marvel. Some of the newer stuff gets complicated and overly.
I think next, I bought a copy of the original Secret Wars, like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. Mostly just to have it, because I read it, issue to issue as a kid. But I never, those are long gone. And I never actually sat down to read it. So I'm thinking I'm going to read that next.
Oh my god, the original Secret Wars is so fucking good.
Yeah, well, I read it like when I was a kid. That's what really like cemented me loving comic books. That and G.I. Joe.
There's a moment in there. You already read it, so it's not really spoiler, and it's like a 60-year-old comic at this point. But there's a moment where they toss a mountain.
Yes,
like a literal mountain.
Dude, that's my favorite part.
And the Hulk catches it.
Yes. Dude, and like the way that like Reed hooks like the Human Torch and Captain Marvel like into Iron Man, they blow the side of the mountain out. So fucking cool. Yeah, I think that shocked me. And the Hulk holding it up, yeah.
Well, the best part is the Hulk's holding it up and it's starting to slip, and they're like, the Hulk, you got to pick it up higher. And he's like, well, you want to help? You want to do? He's like, I can let go, and you can just hold it up instead of me.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. It was just. Oh yeah, it's such an iconic scene. Like it's just shocking. He can hold that mountain up.
OG Secret
Wars. Or the
Wars
molecule man could move it. Yeah.
Rotham says OG Secret Wars was what made me a fan of comics. Yeah, I believe that was Jim Shooter's idea too. I'm not mistaken. But I'm glad. I'm glad you're going to be reading some more classic Marvel, some good stuff. Mint, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I finished Hyde Street just like a couple of minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago. Last video I did It was How Manipulators Control Normies that has 8.8k views. So that was good.
Nice.
I'm working on another video about how people are not spatially aware in like grocery stores in public. What do you guys think of that, by the way? Why do you think people are not spatially aware in public? Like, especially in grocery stores where people will just be taking up the entire aisle with their cart, or like they have the cart at a 45-degree angle, or it's like blocking the aisle. I've seen this more and more recently. Like 7-8 years ago, this was not nearly as big as a problem as it is now.
I got a couple of theories, but we'll let Otto. What do you think, Otto?
I don't know. Like, I think people are just ruder in general. They just don't pay attention to anything but themselves.
Yeah.
Alex says people are just
Self-centeredness.
Yep.
I think so. One of the reasons, and this is going to be controversial, okay, but I do think that the aisles have gotten smaller.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh yeah. There's that. Yeah.
Because there always used to be enough room for a person, 2 carts, and then another person. I used to work in a grocery store, right? And there used to be enough room, and slowly but surely, it seemed like it shrunk. Because it's hard to like look at stuff and then like put your cart and everything. But I think a lot of why people are in the way is I don't know if they're assholes. I think they're just self-centered. They just I'm here for myself. I'm not worried about other people.
Yeah, I also think ever since those COVID lockdowns like disconnected people from interacting with each other socially, people are more self-centered and therefore less concerned about the flow of traffic and other people in the store. They're just primarily thinking about themselves.
Malik says, or Americans have gotten fatter. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, there's that too.
Well, Mint, congratulations on your video blowing up. Not only is your video blown up, but I'm looking at your stats here on Social Blade, and you've gotten, man, in the last 14 days, 542 subscribers, and in the last 30 days, 741. So
nice.
You're pretty soon you're gonna outpace me. I'm no longer gonna be on the top. I'm gonna have to put you on the top as the number one.
I'm currently at 812 right now.
Nice. You'll be monetized on that channel in no time.
Oh yeah. I just have 1.8k watch hours, and I need the 3k. So.
They don't do the. I thought they were doing like the half stuff now.
Just to get eligible, you have to have 3,000 watch hours, 500 subscribers, and 3 video uploads within the last days. And then, in order to get memberships, you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers.
Just do like everyone else. Do like a 24-hour stream, so that way you get all those watch hours all at once.
Oh boy, I just want to make like quality content that like speaks to people. Honestly,
what quality content in this space? We're just all supposed to be idiots, just yelling into the mic, screaming.
Fucking, yeah,
right.
Chuckle fucking and saying ha 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 yeah, ha 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 yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
But you said you read Hyde Street. How was that? Give us a
really
little
good.
preview.
It's written by Jeff Johns. I did not check who the artist was, but you got this guy. His name is Mr. X-Ray. He's in Hyde Street. Hyde Street is just kind of this purgatory thing where you get like shitty people. They come to Hyde Street. It's not exactly clear like how they get to Hyde Street, but like they're just transported there, and then they're confronted on the sins that they've done, and then they get like killed, or I think they just get killed. So it's kind of like in between of Earth and like death. So it's like kind of, but it's like these demons guys are like on Hyde Street, and there's like this competition between a bunch of like dudes. Like there's the Mr. X-Ray, who was like this marketing executive who was selling fake X-ray glasses to children in the 60s. Apparently, he also got what the fuck was it called? He and his graphic design business partner, they what was it called? Extortion? No, I don't know. Embezzlement. They got kicked out for embezzlement. So they're doing a bunch of shady shit already. And then apparently that made it so his like wife and kids got taken away. And then his child like approaches him and is like, "Mom's dead, and this was hidden in her drawer, just like a letter. And I found you." And he's like, "I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't want to deal with kids," and like makes her cry. And he's like trying to go after her. And then he finds himself at Hyde Street. And the other person he's in competition with is just like this Boy Scout who's like an evil Boy Scout. And
Frankly,
I think he's
the world's most dangerous Boy Scout.
Yes, and he's like perpetually in the stage of being like a 10-year-old boy, so he's like, no grown-ups allowed.
You sure he's a little boy and not just like a midget? We've had that issue before.
I mean, he's short. I don't know how old he is because it's not very clear how long they've been in Hyde Street for. It's just implied it's been a while. Maybe time is suspended, but I really do like the opening narration and also the closing narration. It kind of reminds me of Twilight Zone and the way that it's written. So yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it's part of the Ghost Machine comics.
I did notice that.
You obviously you didn't just read the first issue. You read the the trade paperback, right?
I just read the first issue.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because you're like you didn't say like Hyde Street #1. You just said Hyde Street, and I was wondering if it was the trade or the first issue.
Yeah, I'll be sure to clarify that in the description or the title. But that review is gonna be coming out next. Well, I guess this Friday technically. When is that? What day is that? The 27th is when that review will be coming out.
Nice. Beefy says Ghost Machine has great shit right now.
Mm.
And Rotham always wanted one of those X-ray glasses in the old comic ads. I miss those old ads like Spidey and Hulk pushing Twinkies. Well, Rotham, if you missed those ads, in our comic, we have those exact kind of ads. That's what we're going for. And like I said, we're going for like a golden, silver age type comic with the old ads and everything. But it's going to all tie in. It's all going to make sense. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to Mint. As a review, I did watch your Sector video. Got my little primer on the Sector.
Oh yeah, did the live stream yesterday about the Sector. If you've heard about the Sector and you don't know who's in the Sector, check out my recent live stream. It goes into depth about who's in the Sector, like who's like the center of the Sector, all the way to like the outer nucleus, outer valence whatever electron. The nucleus is Ralph. So.
Broken Good said he was surprised there was no Boulder Gate talk when Jarbo came up.
I don't remember what happened.
At the very end. Yeah, Jarbo was brought up at the very end of this.
Yeah. I just remember he false flagged some dudes and now he's doing DoorDash. He's very bad, I think.
He does AI videos and stuff. Jarbo's a weird one. He went hard left. Like super hard left, liberal. Bouldergate was they were asking him about something. I think it was about the flagging, and he was like, "Oh, I have to go with my wife and go pick up rocks, pick up boulders for my yard."
Oh,
and everyone's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to like the thing and go get the boulders for the yard." It was just the way he said it was just so weird, and everyone's like, "Oh, this."
Oh, I was not there, so.
And I believe he had his channel flagged. He claims like it's one of those things, right? Like he claimed he got his channel flagged by Zoe Quinn, I believe. And there was always like doubt whether or not he was just bullshitting.
Mm.
But I've been on stream with Jarbo. He hangs out in the Mad Max sort of entertainment sphere over there. That's where I met Perp and them. And Perp, Aaron, CJH. They all come from over there. So he's a weird dude. Like I said, super far lefty. He went from Gamergate and being the leader of Gamergate and all that to weird lefty liberal. He got all butthurt because he's got an old video about Polly the polar bear, and he says the N word on some like really old video or something. He's like all ashamed of it.
Oh.
About a polar bear? He called a polar bear the N word?
It's the bipolar bear or some shit like that. It's like a really old video. There's so much shit on Jarbo, just so much like weird lore.
Fun fact. Did you know a polar bear's skin is actually black?
Yes.
Their fur is just white. That might be why.
Okay.
It might be why. I knew that because I've talked about this before, but when I was a kid, we used to buy zoo books. I used to get zoo books in the mail every month. We have the one on polar bears. Let us know the fun fact that they are actually black.
Did you also read Ranger Rick when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, man.
But I was obsessed with zoo books. I would almost every day they would just be all spread out on the floor, and I'd be reading through them and learning all about animals because I'm super autistic like that. And looking back, that's why I look back on things. I go, man, how did no one realize that I was a little bit autistic? Just in the behaviors.
I just like reading.
No, but it's the thing. Like,
Good for him.
Malik.
it's the hyper obsession. Zoo books. No, zoo books. Zoo. Having zoo book subscription, Tony, hella rich. Yeah, they came from the Brookfield Zoo. But yeah, like it's the hyper obsession on like one thing, right? Like, so. But TJ, how you doing?
I had to drop my little quest for reading the entire, collection of Sin City because Sam Keith, R.I.P. He passed away. So I took this side quest to watching The Max, the TV show. Man, that was a trip. It's like just how I remembered it. Fucking insane. Loved that show. Think about this, right? The origin story of it is insane. Bro just watched Calvin and Hobbes. He just read Calvin and Hobbes and saw all those Dr. Seuss cartoons and said, "Yeah, let's make let's make a whole thing out of that."
Let's do that, but with like pedophiles and weird shit. Like,
yeah, let's make that, but with heavy social commentary about what women go through and shit. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's make the villain a rapist.
That show, I remember watching it on MTV. I forget if it was Liquid Television or its own thing because it was like the Max, and then there was that show about the guy with the big head. I think it was called The Head.
Yeah, MTV oddities. Yep.
Yeah.
Aeon Flux. That was on that. That was on Liquid TV.
Yeah. It's weird. I think someone was saying that I think Jared Leto or somebody has the rights to make a Max movie, but they still haven't made it yet.
Oh, wow.
But the Max was awesome. I remember watching it, and the only problem is I don't know if it was because they were doing reruns or whatever, but I always get it like in out of order, and it'd be like episode 3, and then like episode 1, and then like episode 12 was like,
Yeah.
I could never follow the fucking story because like the episodes were just always out of order.
Right.
But it was crazy. I like
the order.
Did I don't know if he did the animation. I would imagine he did the animation on that too, right?
See, what they did was it's like how they do animated comics right now. They literally just put panels and then animated them. And then there were times where they had to use like CGI every now and then.
You Super J says Max was comic accurate.
Yeah, it was literally the comic book on the screen. I would say this though. There was one episode I knew Pitt was in there. Okay, like in the comic. He didn't show up. I was disappointed. They replaced him with a duck. They had the rights issues. You know how it is.
They couldn't find Dale Keone.
Yeah. It's crazy how Pitt is also like part of that universe, right? I mean, it's Image Comics. They have to be all together. Everybody's related to Spawn somehow. But still, like, Pitt is part of the Max's universe. Like, he's quite essential in there.
Pitt versus the Max. That'd be a good fight. Imagine reading your zoo books in some Zubaz pants.
Zubaz.
What's up, Quaker? So yeah, you guys been having a good weekend. I had a, I guess, interesting weekend. Right, I had to go with the family yesterday, do that whole thing with the for my uncle's, anniversary of his passing. Not just my uncle; he's my godfather. So, I had to deal with all that. And then came home, did the streams. Briefly was on with EBS yesterday. Other than that, nothing's been going on. It's been a real boring day. So I didn't even get to read any comics. I've been playing Balatro for some reason. I started playing again, and man, I was just like on a streak, on a hot streak of Balatro.
Nice.
I've never played Balatro.
Balatro.
Is that the game Beto plays?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cards,
Okay.
but then you have like jokers, and they give like different modifiers to your points and stuff. And so it's about like making combos with the different jokers and modifying the cards and all that. It's one of those things that's like it's real simple, and then you start playing it, and it just starts getting overly complicated as you play. The more play, yeah, it's poker with several extra steps. So just been stuck playing that. But yeah, I was sad that Sam Keith died. I don't like doing weird tribute shows and stuff. I feel like if you don't know the person personally, you never worked with the guy, or you don't like you have a personal relationship with the guy. I always feel that it's icky, right?
Yeah,
it's like
very exploitative.
Yeah.
right? 'Cause you always see people doing that, like, oh, this is the so and so, like the Chuck Norris tribute stream is like, dude, you don't know you're a fan of Chuck Norris, sure, but you're just doing this to get attention on your stream. Like you're not fucking Chuck Norris's uncle or some shit that you fucking need to do a stream about him. Right?
Yeah.
But we will briefly, like I said, we'll briefly talk about him because he did die. That is sad. Also, apparently it wasn't until yesterday that I found out that he spells his name Kieth and not Keith. Sam Keith, comics artist, creator of the Max, and co-creator of Sandman, passes away at 63. Did you guys know that he co-created the Sandman?
No, I did not.
Sandman in his current iteration, that new look, was all because of Sam Keith. And they actually referenced Sandman in the Max. It's like, oh, it's like that goth girl in the comic book. Like they just say that, and that means death in Sandman. They were referring to her.
So it says Sam Keith, the beloved comic book artist who co-created the Sandman with Neil Gaiman and Mike Dringenberg in 1988, became one of the most popular Wolverine artists in the business in the early 1990s, and created a hit comic book series, which later became an iconic cartoon on MTV, The Max. He passed away at the age of 63. Too young. Rich Johnson has confirmed that the acclaimed artist has passed away from Lewy body dementia. He is survived by his wife for 43 years, Kathy Keith. Keith made his comic book debut in 1983 while he was just 20 years old in Comico Primer #5. The same anthology series where Matt Wagner debuted Grendel in 1982 with a short story about a killer hare named Max.
It's quite the coincidence, right? This character is named Max, and then he makes a new comic book called The Max.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's supposed to be the same character. Because isn't it?
I know. I'm just saying.
No. I'm saying isn't supposed to be the same character because in the Max, her spirit animal or her spirit guide,
Her totem animal, is a rabbit.
Is a rabbit, and he only becomes the Max because he like gets sucked in because he's like a homeless dude that's like sucked into her like fucking mind or some shit, right?
Yep. They kind of changed that in the series because they had to end it quickly, right? It turns out he was just some guy who has a greenhouse. That doesn't happen in the comics, though.
Sam Keith drew some great issues of Marvel Comics Presents with Wolverine and Ghost Rider. One of my favorite artists said. His cover of, I think it's 101, Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine 101, with Wolverine and Nightcrawler on the cover. Nightcrawler's like hanging on a tree. It looks like, again, it's like you go, oh yeah, that's definitely Sam Keith art, right? He also has a small miniseries called My Favorite Bimbo. Great stuff. What's up, Mr. Liam Gray? You're a big fan of Sam Keith, right?
Yeah. I came on because I had to correct TJ because like in the animated series he wasn't some guy with a greenhouse. So what's actually going on there in that final episode is Julie Winters has such a strong subconscious, right, that her psychic sort of field has shaped the entire sort of universal consciousness around the area they are, which is why she needs to leave. And when Julie leaves, it allows the Max to find his own outback, his own place without her.
Oh, okay.
Mind.
That's why he started off in the card box, and then now he's in the greenhouse. It looks like the outback.
Exactly. That's his own mind without being influenced or shaped by other people. It's the whole series is about getting caught in the orbit of other people's lives and how they shape it and change it and how people affect one another for better or worse. It's pretty interesting stuff. So
he did a fill-in issue of the Incredible Hulk. I don't think I have this one. I actually do not have this issue of the Incredible Hulk. Interesting. Obviously, the Marvel Comics present Wolverine. It looks so much like the Max. Like if you just change a little bit, a couple of details, that Wolverine becomes the Max.
Yeah. Like, look at that. He's even got the curly Q, like torn up phone line cloth things that the Max has when his outfit gets destroyed.
Mm.
The Max also has arm blades.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are meant to be his middle fingers, which is funny.
Is it?
Yeah, that's his middle fingers because they're like rabbit claws, right? So it's like it's the middle finger. Give you the middle finger. If you look, you can't see it too well there, but if you look at other pictures of the books and everything, it's his middle fingers.
I don't know if I remember this correctly, but didn't he shove his hands into a volcano and then they just melted that way?
Man, all of his early work, man, I'm pretty sad over Sam dying, actually. I didn't think it would affect me at all. And I've just sort of been in this depressive slump since yesterday. You know what I mean? Look at Bimbo.
There it is. There's my inner Bimbo, not my favorite Bimbo.
And you can tell she looks like Julie Winters, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's his favorite Bimbo.
It's a lot of self-referential work. Like he made the comic book called Critters, I believe. And then those are the Isis.
This is, I think, the last thing he did. I believe that Batman Max crossover. I think I've got a thing from him from the Hero Initiative that was put out. I'd say probably about 10 years or so ago now. But that was essentially a sequel to Max, and it was it was sort of like it was like an episode of the Max. It was an issue of the Max about why there couldn't be a sequel to the Max from the point of view of the characters. It's pretty interesting, but that was done through the Hero Initiative. And then he did Batman, I think. I think that's it.
You Super J says Keith not doing Lobo ever was a miss.
Oh, yeah.
1990s comics where creators don't cry about politics and crowdfunding. They just draw their shit and print them out. Comics don't live and die over donuts.
Yeah.
There was politics in the Max, but it's not in your face. There was like gender politics and stuff.
Yeah, no. Oh, I mean, the Max has that famous line on episode 2, whatever it is, issue 2. It's like that, where it says that a liberal is just a conservative that hasn't been robbed yet. You know. So.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great.
Julie Winters is like a based character. And then it's funny because the Max himself talks like a feminist.
Well, I think there is a lot of political stuff in it, obviously because of her history, the bad guys, whole ideology and everything. But I think comics in the 90s, and good stories in general can have politics, strong political messages from one side or the other, but they're woven into the story so intricately that you don't even mind it or you don't even really think about it, right?
Yeah, it's part of the story, and you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Like it's just when it becomes browbeating propaganda, like it, propaganda. It's like pornography, you know what I mean. It's like you can see a naked broad, but you know there's a difference between that and porn, right? Where's the line? You sort of know it when you see it, you know, and I think that there's nothing wrong with having political messaging and storing stories, so long as it's not propaganda.
Yeah, they're just like pushing it in your face. Like
Yeah,
there's no subtlety to the political agendas they're pushing now. It's just like, hey, it honestly feels like they're just trying to browbeat you into
submission.
thinking just thinking of an issue.
I mean, it's the way that like in what the hell is that? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? Perfect example. You have Flag Smasher. Flag Smasher in the comic is a big, strong dude that just believes that there should be no nations. He wants peace, but he's going about it in a way where he wants no nations. He thinks all countries should be abolished. Then you have Captain America, who believes that America and American values and that a country existing is a good thing, and America existing is a good thing. And those two ideologies come to a head when two guys are beating the shit out of each other. But in the series, instead of that, they have a whiny little chick who's basically talking down to Sam Wilson while Sam Wilson's allowing her to beat him up because he can't hit women.
See, that's the difference. Like in the Max, there's a dialogue going on between people with different ideologies, and you're not supposed to be taking a side. You're just watching the characters as they go through the drama.
Yeah,
that's how it went.
It's interesting too that Mr. Gone, he's a rapist of women and this terrible person, but we also experience him as a victim of sexual abuse himself, as someone who is repeating a cycle that is thrust upon him that's not so dissimilar to how Max gets lost in Julie's Outback, And so, like, how much of it is delusion and how much of it is just this evil that was left in him from when he was in the foster system and all abused by his aunt. And, it's all just fucked up shit. It's just an example of people fucking people up, you know what I mean? And I think that's a powerful message.
Well, even
the villain himself goes through the same thing. He has a tragic story behind it.
The interesting part about it with Mr. Gone, which is what I was sort of wanted to bring up on Ethan's show yesterday, was the fact that the difference between something that was written back then is that this guy literally prefaces the whole story as with this doesn't justify my actions. Like, this is, I am a victim, but I'm a piece of shit, basically, right? That's how his origin starts. You would never get that today. You would never get that. You would get the victimhood would be used as validation for his atrocities,
Doesn't he sort of get almost a redemption towards the end? He gets a new family and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, sort of. He sort of tries to turn around in the end because he's got Sarah, So, Sarah is kind of like the sort of sad writer girl that was, that we all knew in the 90s, kept a journal. And she's his daughter, and he was sort of forced out of her life, and he wants to sort of be in her life. And it's very complicated. It's very interesting. But he sort of, again, becomes...
Not redemption, but everyone moves on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn was a decapitated head for quite a while,
Exactly. It's a fucking shit show. It's a wild series.
I mean, the whole thing, even Julie inadvertently, sucking the Max into her world and everything. And you can sort of see how victims can victimize others without even, unintentionally.
Without meaning to.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. exactly. That's what it is, and it's sort of that sort of viral mind and how we can all sort of, how that victimhood mentality can sort of sink its hooks into everyone, and the different ways that people deal with it, whether it's through delusion, aggression, like sex, um, drugs.
It's
all
such a crazy, deep story for a thing about a weird outback with a purple guy beating up little fucking blobs.
Fighting a giant shark man.
Somehow it works. It works.
Yeah.
So, it's a sad day. Sam Keith passed away.
Mhm.
But like I said, he influenced a lot of people. He influenced TJ, and so you'll get some of that in our art. Keep his legacy alive. All right. Enough sadness. Let's talk about conquest. Total conquest.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting to get the artwork from Dominique on this. As soon as I have that, I'll put it all together and send off the printer. It'll take me like 2 days. But just waiting to get the last bit of the artwork in. And that, just twiddling away. So this has got Clown World in it, which is a story about, I guess, gambling your future. It's sort of analogous a little bit of Disney. Totally original, totally magical Clown World. I'm depressed, guys. So I'm sorry if I'm not the best picture right now, but this is 2 comic books in one. It's a flip-sided comic. It also includes gags, articles, interviews with my creative staff, previews into stuff that's coming out this year, stuff I've been working on. But it's also got the first appearance of Anarch, who is a I guess there's a little bit of you could say there's a little bit of Max in there too, like with Anarch, because he's a kid trying to sort of survive in the equivalent of I guess like Las Vegas, and he's attached to this entity, which is all I'll say for now, that manipulates probability and luck. So he's like public enemy number one. The whole world that he's stuck in is like a game show, and he's trying to live a normal life. You don't see much of that in this first issue, but you just get to sort of see what he does. The other side of this is Kakashi Motodoll Zero Mahat's Measure, which is just a fun short little story that is a prelude to Kakashi Motodoll. Gives you a bit of an idea about the system, a little bit of referential stuff, just a fun little comic. And yeah, it's probably going to be my smallest print run, so it's probably in high demand.
I was distracted by this voluptuous redhead here on your Kakashi.
But
yeah, that's Scarlet. And
An apt name.
Glad you enjoy it.
So I'm not really up on my Kakashi Murder Dolls. Give us a little.
Okay, so Kakashi Murder Dolls is my Australian series, really. It's my lesser sort of property, but it's sort of also my favorite. So, like, basically, in the far future, big companies are screwing around with GMOs, and they create this thing called the Circean crop, which is meant to basically replace a bunch of corn, wheat, and other stuff like that. It's a superfood and what happens is this affects the food chain and brings about these creatures called the Ziz, which are these colossal crows. They're psychic, they're mutagenic, they're kaiju, right? They then essentially begin like eating all of the farms and everything along civilization. So civilization can't feed itself, starts to fall apart. All of these radical, PETA-style groups raise up and be like, no, we can't kill all of these creatures. They're victims. We have to protect them too. And no one sort of goes along with getting the country right because everyone thinks they've got their own ideas about how everything needs to be. And it ends up with all of civilization collapsing and the spread of a massive virus that called the Corvid virus that's spread by these creatures that sort of sweeps across the nation. They try to get
virus. Liam, did you invent the COVID virus? Were you trying to warn us?
No. This came out at the same time COVID was happening. So originally, but basically, this big because of this because sorry, let me start over. Because the country couldn't get its shit together, right? And couldn't work together towards a common goal, even in the face of destruction. The companies that were sort of deploying their forces there the militaries that were deploying their forces from other countries sort of said, you know what, Tartaria, which is the name of the country, it's like Australia, it's a lost fucking cause. We're pulling all our troops out. We're pulling our troops out and we're going home. And they left. Now, what that did was that essentially led to without that extra military support, shit collapsed. But there was also no oversight over the country, right? There's no oversight over the country. And so a few of the mega corporations, right, like these Weyland-Yutani types, they went, hey, check it out. There's this entire continent full of all this mutagenic shit. There's all this natural resources. There's all this space.
So just regular Australia.
Yeah, basically. And they're like, you know what? There's no oversight here. Like, there's no one here to stop by. Like, no one can police our technology or what we fucking do here, right? We can, like, use a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So they made a deal with Norco, which is, like, the last corporation that was holding on to the to sort of, you know, the country there. And they're like, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of this experimental technology, you know, and we're going to give you this, what's essentially this stuff that they turned into scarecrow technology that'll help you fight back against stuff. Meanwhile, the only people that sort of survived in the country are people that went to, like, far away to the edges of society, like out in the middle of the bush where no one is, to farm and keep little communities. And all the people that are now living in underground bunkers and stuff that are being protected by Norco. Problem is, Norco needs food and wants to control everything, right? So it's put together the Zed Initiative, sent everyone out, and it's sort of controlling these small little towns by placing scarecrows there that protect their crop, protect their communities. And then they, like, tax them on their children. Like, they take kids, they tell them how many people they're allowed to have, they control their food, their growth, all of this. So the whole series is at its core about self-governance, being independent, and it's through the point of view of the people that are themselves being used by these mega corporations. You've got Jack and Scarlet, these two scarecrows, who are kids that have grown up that have been turned into tools for this mega corporation, that have never even really properly known it, but have grown up amongst this community that sees them as outsiders. And that's what Kakashi Murder Dolls is. It's very Australian coded. It's very much about China buying our land. It's very much about, like, a lot of stuff that's going on here, subtly sort of,
they're taking the children.
Yeah, they're taking the children. Yeah, you know, you'll see a bit more of that in Kakashi 2 and a little bit in Successor that's coming on my Patreon soon. But basically, everything that's going on is to feed everything that's going on the surface is to feed the Norco, who's now running a monopoly on the whole country. There, of course, you've got Mad Max elements in there. You've got Fist of the North Star elements. Like, the people that survived that didn't go to the bush are like these wild
Road warriors
and road warrior style guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like. It's you know, when I watched the first season of Fallout, I went, holy shit, this is my book. You know, I'd never really experienced Fallout. I was like, this is basically what I've made in Australia. So I was really happy with that. Second season, not so much, but yeah. So if you like that kind of stuff, that's what this is. Now, this is just this is my annual book that's meant to just was sort of fill time between getting things done. But that it's got Kakashi in it, so the first appearance of Anarch, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So give it a shot if you haven't. You know, like usually my books on the secondary market go for between $100 to $200. So like you know, this one has a lower number of people who backed it. So I imagine that when you know, it's out, the people that want to catch up on it, and it's the first appearance of Anarch as well. So, you know, you can probably grab a copy of this, grab an extra book for yourself, sell it off, and pay for it and 2 other books you want to crowdfund this year. So that's sort of what I'm doing here with this. So sorry for talking.
No. We have. Don't be sorry for talking.
It's your pitch. You shouldn't be talking.
Yeah. I'm just a bit depressed at the moment. That's all. I'll be over in a couple of days.
You're a little depressed, but we can still feel the passion coming from you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I love Kakashi, man. Like, it's got a sad story around it, but it's a story about dysfunctional family as well. Like, there's so much stuff where it's like there's so much personal stuff in like what I do, and it's like I didn't want to let Kakashi die, even though it's my like least popular of my franchises. Like, it's coming behind Xenotype and Dino King, but like, I got if I can get Kakashi on the page to be what it is in my mind, if I can just get the backgrounds and the scenes the way I want it to be, it'll be huge. It's great. But
you calling it your least popular comic is like me saying that she's the least attractive supermodel, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's still, in my opinion, better than the vast majority of shit out there. I don't mean to be up my own ass, but like, character motivation and stuff. I had people like shitting all over it just recently. I had a few people that were just like, oh, it was crap. I wanted more of this. I wanted more of that. And it's like, yeah, so then good. It's the first issue. It's the first issue of 4 issues, and you wanted more. That's my job. But
you always leave them wanting more. If they're satisfied, if they're fully satisfied, there's no reason to come back. But wanting more is what you got to do. That's how you hook them.
And there's a lot of stuff in there, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff in there that is layered and not a lot of people got. And like, I was listening to some of the reviews that the haters are doing, because I always listen to these reviews and respond to them. And I was sort of like, did you read the book? Like, in one instance, I was like, they say, all right, the people that read the book, you should do the review. And I thought, like, you motherfuckers are reviewing the book without having even read it? Like, fucking, I'm sick of this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good book. It's a good series. And I want to continue it on and finish it up, at least the first 4 parts,
I should probably read it. I should read it. I know it's available free, right?
Not the whole book, but yes, the opening chapter is There's a lot of extra stuff, and I think that was sort of the problem. A lot of these guys like read the stuff through Medibang, and then that was it. And they, I was like, they didn't read anything about like, I didn't read any of the lore or any of the extra setting stuff, And they're all telling me, oh, you this was good, but then you didn't do it the way I wanted. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, it's not that story. You know what I mean? It's a story about fuck ups, So.
Well, I mean, just looking at it on Medibang, lots of good comments. Looks good. Either way, I'm going to check it out, and we're going to see how that is. I'll do my own review.
Thanks. I'd appreciate any support that anyone wants to throw it that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's a, I like I said, I'm going to have another one coming up on Patreon soon that the patrons will be able to get exclusive access to. But I don't want to release that weekly. But I'm just trying to get it far enough ahead that if the artists are late, there's not like a stall, if you know what I mean, in the releases, so I can consistently release material. But anyway, thanks for helping me out with this, man, but I'm just not in a selling mood, am I? Guys, trust me, you'll enjoy the book. Every single time I put out a book, people buy them and they love them. I know that it's like, trust me, bro, isn't the best sale pitch, but just trust me, bro. Like, you won't regret it.
I'm looking at it right now, and the art is fantastic.
You guys, there might be a fuck ton of people that hate my guts to the fucking core, but like, I write a good comic book, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Yes.
And it is gruesome. I'm looking at it. Oof.
Yeah. It was meant to be ultra violent. It was meant to be like, so in Australia, we have this sort of like, have you ever seen like, Wormwood, Road to the Dead, or like any of our zombie movies? Like, we've got like a culture of like
Wormwood. I remember that one.
Yeah. Like we got like a culture of having like pretty gory movies. So like I thought the idea of like these characters who can like put themselves back together was a good metaphor, as well as shocking visually. So I could like just mutilate these characters and almost satirize the violence in a way, you know. That was actually one of the criticisms I got at the end of the book. Spoiler alert! But like EB Comics was saying, like he felt no sympathy or didn't like these characters at all because when they encounter their dead father, they're just like it's more of an inconvenience to them than when they realize he's dead. Because to these guys, that they're scarecrows, right? They can just put themselves back together by just stitching themselves up, and it'll just regenerate, right? So when they find their father's dead, they're like, oh, this is a fucking inconvenience. Look, some motherfucker took his brain, so now we've got to go get his brain to put him back together. And they were like more annoyed than they were hurt that their father was dead. And I was like, yeah, that's the point of the story, though. You know what I mean? They're not meant to sit here and be devastated because in their mind, he's not even dead. He's just, you know, he's just made more work for them, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it makes sense in the context of the story. Just hearing it makes sense.
Yeah, you know, they got their father. He's a drunk. You know, he's already got him doing all this extra work and shit. And you know, the whole point is to make Lloyd or Rob, who's their father, you know, the mentor character in the book, just look like a massive piece of shit. Like from the point of the view of the kids, he's just meant to look like a piece of shit. And as the series goes on, we as readers actually get more of an insight into who he is because we get to see a side of him that no one else does, you know? So you'll see in the beginning of the book where like he's really fucked up by the genocide. No one else gives a shit. But like he is so fucked up that he starts to drink. And then when we flash forward in the timeline, we see drunk, his life's fucked up, you know, and he's racked by guilt. And if you really look at the dialogue, there's two different conversations going on there. No one picked it up. You know what I mean? No one picked up on that one because they're looking for all things to say that are wrong about the book instead of trying to understand the story or look deeper into what's actually happening for these characters. And so it's a shame because I put a lot into those. I put a lot into it, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm going to check it out later, and I'll give you my thoughts. But this right here, I got this article up here for my buddy, DC guy himself, Autoy.
Oh boy!
You excited?
Yes.
DC Comics super powered Pride celebration is making a comeback.
Oh no!
Oh god!
How do you have super powered Pride? Is just being more gay?
Yeah,
super gay.
Super gay.
It wasn't gay enough.
Yeah.
They have.
Oh my gosh!
I thought we were done. So I brought this up because everyone was like, "We're done. It's over. The woke has been defeated."
Yeah. Your boy Zach said so.
It's not. Somehow the woke has returned, right?
It's like a zombie.
So it says, for much of its existence, the comic book medium has been a rich source of entertainment that is diverse and inclusive of all communities, including those of the LGBTQIAA+ spectrum. DC Comics has long been a major ally of the culture and is continuing its support this year. So are they? Here's what I never got, right? I never understood this. Okay. They go, we support gays, right? We support the gays. We're making a gay comic. I go, oh, you're giving it free to gay people? Like, no, we're charging you. Like, well, that's not really support. That's education, right?
Yeah. I mean, I remember in, like the mid to late 90s, like when Green Lantern added, like when Kyle's like assistant at his real world job was gay. And that was like shocking. They're like, oh, hey, oh my God. They're actually a gay character in comics. I'm like, well, he's just the guy's assistant. It's not, but that was just a big deal back then. Now it's nothing. Now you're cramming it down your throat with all this stuff.
Well, that's what the gays are all about, cramming it down your throat.
The problem is that community also loves validation, right? It's like these people are actually catering to them.
Homo Superior gets a whole new meaning.
Wow.
Yeah.
It says the publisher has some big plans for its DC Pride 2026 lineup. I hope that their Pride covers are just as good as the Mexican ones with what's the name
Oh,
holding
God.
tamales. Kyle Rayner holding tamales. So you got to give me like some really flamboyant gay covers so they can be like, oh, sorry, we messed up.
Right.
What we actually need is who's behind this initiative by name, the numbers, well, what will be the dismal numbers of the sales, and then a month-long campaign of just spamming that all over social media every single time this fucking happens, so that people are too fucking ashamed to put their fucking to put their name behind this. Because you'll notice everyone there said it's the publisher, but this was a hey, we're going to be even more gay than before. Cool, you know. Didn't we learn that the gays aren't buying the books? You know, didn't we learn that? Haven't we learned that from fucking going back to 2016? But hey,
Which is weird. You would think that
more.
you would think that the gays would love comics because it's big sweaty men rolling around with
Oh,
each other.
they do. And they love all the social media attention. What they don't love is the comic books, which they don't buy.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
That's the
Doesn't
issue.
Translate to sales. It's like the Rippaverse, actually.
It says
Like
which
virtue
is anchored. What's that?
It's like virtue signaling.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we
Yes.
love
Oh,
gay.
100%, man. Yeah,
We love
100%.
gay superheroes, but we're not actually going to read any of the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get out and be outraged if there's not enough gays, and we're gonna social media love bomb if there is, but we're not actually gonna financially support the business at all. That's the issue.
It's because, like you said, they're not fans of comics, but they just want to make you, who reads comics, be fans of gay comics. It's a weird. But it says it's being anchored by two of its most popular characters on the queer spectrum. There's two. Who's the big gay characters in DC? Toy?
I'm thinking it's probably Alan Scott and
Batwoman.
yeah,
Batwoman,
yeah.
Like the only
I'll go
gay
with that.
characters from Marvel that I can think of are Northstar, Iceman, but I don't know if he's back to being straight. I think he's back to being straight. That's really it. Living Lightning was gay, but he was like the Avengers.
They made Red Robin gay, but
Did they?
I don't know if he's still gay. Yep, he was my
Yeah,
favorite.
he just got
Robin.
to go with Tim and John. That's true.
Yeah, they gayed a whole bunch of people. Not
I know Wolverine's gay.
Superman's son.
Yeah,
and,
Wolverine
like,
and
old man Logan is gay.
Yeah, Wolverine and Cyclops have been in a homosexual relationship together now, so that's something.
It's weird, but there's not a lot of gay super villains. It's like the gays don't commit crime, which is weird.
Supervillains don't happen in comics anymore. That's an old cliche that they don't do. Like, look, like all of the attention's on the heroes and the conflicts that the heroes are in, and it's been that way since Civil War, right? We barely get any villains doing anything fucking villainous anymore. It's sad.
Well, you
Like-
can't have villains do villain things. I don't know if you're a fan of wrestling, Liam, but a
I'm
couple
not.
years ago,
Yeah,
it was like I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. Two of the heel wrestlers, bad guy wrestlers, came out and cut a promo about how because they were in South America or something like that, and they cut this like heel promo, and they're like, "Oh, we hate this country and we love America," and blah blah blah. And they got fined like thousands of dollars by the company, not by like the Brazilian government or something, like by the company they worked for. And they said, "You guys were too mean to the country we were in, and you were not respectful of the country." And I'm like, they're bad guys. They're supposed to be mean. They're supposed to say bad things and be rude to the fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
But says this summer, writer Jadzia Axelrod. Jadzia, isn't that the name of that chick from Star Trek?
Deep Space Nine, Jadzia Dax. Yes, it is.
yeah.
Man, she's hot. I think we were talking about Star Trek the other day, and you weren't here, Toy.
Oh, figures.
I forget what the hell we were talking about. Can't remember. I think it had something to do with Deep Space Nine too. As a matter of fact.
Oh, it would have been the Ferengi because I'm a big fan of the Ferengi. They're all orange money loving little koala guys.
They got koala ears too. Damn.
Yeah, that's right. Little koala guys.
It says releases her new young adult graphic novel Galaxy As the World Falls Down, which is a sequel to 2022's Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. Also featuring art and color by Rye Hickman and lettering by Jody Troutman. The story follows the eponymous transgender extraterrestrial princess on a new adventure while she continues to search for acceptance after coming out. Could you imagine you wrote a story about an alien that's transgender and it's looking for acceptance. Instead of just writing a story about an alien on Earth looking for acceptance and making it an allegory for transgenderism, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to just like completely make it on the nose.
Right. Yeah, allegory's not a thing anymore.
She had to leave her planet because her planet was all MAGA. They're all MAGA guys. There's like a whole planet of them. So she had to leave. No one on her entire planet accepted her for being transgender and gay. No one on the whole planet, guys.
Oh, this is the character Dreamer, isn't it? Isn't that the character that they said like the power goes from like mother to daughter, and everyone's like, well, if she's a dude, how can she have gotten the powers? Like you literally said, like it only is inherited by the daughter, but she's trans, like she's not really her daughter, so she shouldn't get the powers.
That's just because you're a bigot, Frog Tony. You don't understand.
She wasn't going to get the powers, and they're like, hey, Powers, you're a bigot. And they're like, oh, shit, give her the abilities. Give her the abilities.
Yeah, give her the abilities, exactly.
Yeah, the powers didn't want to be phobes. They're not phobe powers.
They're not the paraphobia.
Transgender actor Nicole Maine. Well, shouldn't they say transgender actress? Aren't they being phobic because they're calling her an actor? Like actors
I'm pretty
are
sure
men.
that we've established already that this story needs to happen because the world is phobic, Frog Tony. We're all phobes deep down, and that's why this story needs to strike out against us.
I miss the 80s where everyone, like, the gay characters were, like, super fabulous and, like, over the top, and, like, no one cared. Right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Once the gays stopped being so flamboyant, I think that's when the problems started happening. When you started acting normal. I want my gays like the way I like my
you want your gays flaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Just
Nicole
keep
Maine teamed up with Axelrod.
Bitches and leather, you know what I mean? And out of the fucking main street where the children are, and I'll be happy. You know, just keep in your bedroom. I don't fucking hate gay people. You know, I you know, it's just what they do is ridiculous with the this is political at the end of the day, right? Like,
yeah, like Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds. Exactly. And then they made that special javelin. They're like, what's that? They're like, that's because he's got a limp wrist. So like,
it was aerodynamic for his limp wrist.
Yeah, no one cared. I don't think anyone was like outraged. Like, oh my god, a gay character. We're just like, oh, that's funny. If trans women are women, is why a person born with a penis got the powers that only people born with a vagina get.
Yeah. It needed to happen.
I think the powers are mental gymnastics, actually.
There you go.
Oh my god.
I have the superpower of mental gymnastics. That's fantastic. That's
It says she's teamed up with Axelrod to craft the story that brings her Arrowverse character Dreamer and Galaxy together in DC's main timeline for the first time, called Justice League Intergalactic Special Number 1. Artist Travis Moore, colorist Tamara Bonvillain. Man, that's a cool name. Could you imagine your last name was Bonvillain?
Axelrod and Von Villain. Wow.
These can't be real names. Tamara is a really badass name too. Like Tamara is like that's what you'd call a fucking green lamp. You know what I mean? Like,
Letterer Hassan Atzman Elahu also contributes to the one-shot, in which the duo joins the likes of Green Arrow and Star Sapphire on a mission to protect the planet Naltor from the Witch Queen. Fans can expect to see even more of Galaxy and Dreamer during this celebration with the release of Justice League Dream Girls, a DC Pride event, another collaboration between Maines and Axelrod. With art, you know what? Can we just pretend to be gay so DC just hires us to write stupid books?
Maybe.
Somebody pretended to be Japanese and got himself hired. That didn't work out so well. So,
well, that was Marvel, and I think he was the editor-in-chief, and he knew he wasn't Japanese. Says, following the events of Justice League Intergalactic Special Number 1, the 4-issue series sees Galaxy and Dreamer on Themyscira where they are honored as princesses and champions of the Amazons. Wouldn't it, like, this is so like,
Well, they fit right in there.
no, they're men. Like the Amazonians would be like, wait a minute, you have penises. You are not women.
No,
The Amazonians,
they're women in their hearts. They're women in their hearts, man. And that's what
look.
the
The Amazonians are really misogynist, right?
The kangaroos can tell, dude. The kangaroos
I'm just
can
saying,
tell.
like the Amazonians are misogynist. That's like their thing, right? They hate men. They're on an island of
Maybe
just women.
misandrist.
Yeah.
but male
Misandrist, that's
is
what I
a
meant.
construct. You've got to understand it's 2026. Male, the concept of being a male is a concept. It's not about a penis or your nads. It's about whether or not you like steak and wear traditional male clothes, I guess. I'm not sure. Fatherhood pretty offensive too, last time I checked.
DC Pride has bonus stories and variant covers. You're right. Look, they got Batwoman.
Yeah.
Why is she white? I thought Batwoman was black.
No, that's
Don't look
part
at
of
it,
it.
but-
Oh, right, yeah, in the TV show she is, yeah. But I think that was a course correction because in the comics she was always super white. She's like that super goth lesbian girl that, you know, everyone wishes they could date in high school, but no one really
I could fix her.
Yeah.
All it took is the red hair.
Rotham says, to be honest, I feel bad for any gay comic fans who are given these half-assed attempts to cater to them rather than giving them something with substance, with metaphor, subtlety, illusion, layers of plot, etc.
Yeah, they had Cyber Six. You remember? Speaking of 90s cartoons, Cyber Six was a thing. It's a journalist guy who turns into a woman. Like that's a superpower. Some cyberpunk stuff.
Cosmic says, I am Gojo. I identify as a bigger. Fabulous. Cyber 6 was awesome. I almost thought that TJ said Cyber Sex, and I just didn't want to.
Oh, no. Imagine if Finbar said it, though. That would be hilarious. You
Yeah,
can never
Finbar
pronounce the number 6.
What even is this fucking cover? Like, what are you selling me? Like, what is this?
Why are the statues making out with
Look
her?
at this. Yeah, forget the weird fucking sexual statue bullshit. What's her hair doing? Like, fucking, it's standing up there like she's got static electricity or something. Like, she
It's
hasn't just
windy.
landed. It's windy from the ground up. Like, is she standing over a fucking grate like Marilyn Monroe?
She just farted, and the air is going up.
I mean, if she's like standing over a grate because that's the only way her vagina gets any action, I guess. I don't know what the
She's doing the
logic
Marilyn
is.
But her
Monroe.
latex suit gets hot. She's got to air it
Mint
out.
salad, are you talking about lesbian bed death on YouTube? That's forbidden. You know, that's not a real thing.
She's gonna bang those statues. This guy's-
This looks like a cover of a porno.
says, look at the mask ear.
Yeah, now look,
Yeah.
it's not terribly illustrated. It's just, what's this about? Like,
The composition
your
doesn't make
cover's
sense.
meant to sell your book, right? What is this?
Well, it doesn't look like the full cover. It looks like part of the
Yeah,
cover.
but even if there's more, let's assume we've got legs right down there. What's this cover fucking saying? She's standing in a graveyard and fucking what? Statues are making out with her. There's no villain. There's no stakes. There's no cost. Like
She's gonna
not
make
even-
out with some stone.
Yeah, exactly. Is this like, hey, you can go down to a graveyard and kiss statues? There's a power fantasy for you.
That's what it is. They're like, hey, if you're a lesbian, just go down to the graveyard and make out with the statues.
She's the goth who hangs out in the graveyards, I guess.
Gay pride. Like, what's pride about this? Like, what's the?
Also, like these look like horns, and the way her mask goes with like her hair coming out of it, it's like they make no sense. They're just like weird.
Like the
She's
Wolverine.
always looked that way, though. She's always looked that way. So
I'm
No,
sure
I
there's
don't-
somebody. I'm sure there's somebody who is attracted to statues, and this is representative for them.
Yeah, don't be a bigot, Liam.
they've got to add another
Yeah.
fucking letter to that fucking flag or something, do they?
No, that's why they put the plus. They've had so many that they're like, you know what? We're just gonna put a plus at the end, and it's everyone just included.
She was looking for a couple of well-chiseled women. That's all.
Oh man, I wish it was
Speaking
26.
of well-chiseled women, guys, Have you heard of Gemshock? Jump on it. Gemshock.
Oh,
Pre-order.
yeah.
Oh, literally chiseled. Look at this.
See,
You can
this
get
is how
the
you do
Gemshock. Absolute Gemshock. The Absolute Batman homage cover. You got the holofoil, which I think looks way nicer than the regular. The regular doesn't look bad, but all the blood, I don't like it so much. But all this like electricity and like color on it, I think it's better. And of course, you got the Pit Volume 1 pre-order from Stuntman Comics, exclusive black and white sketch cover, which I think the black and white sketch cover is my favorite. I know some people like the holofoil. I don't think the holofoil does justice to the art. I think the black and white looks so much better.
It is pretty sick.
I mean, the holofoil is pretty exciting if you look at it. It's got a nice sort of, radiant sort of punk energy to it.
I think it's too purple
I think
and green.
it takes a bit away from the actual
yeah.
character design too, because like Pitt is himself grey, So
Yeah.
Right.
I do like this cover.
Yeah.
I don't like this one so much. Cover B, not my favorite, but I do like cover A.
cover A is
More
just-
expressive.
It's
Cover.
Mhm.
So jump on it. I know Mandy was talking about getting stuff all sent out pretty soon. So, and also there's Wart the Wizard in case you haven't picked that up yet. Yeah, let me grab some Wart the Wizard. Anything else? Have you read any of these, Toy?
No, not yet. No,
You a big fan of Pitt?
I've never read it. Like I would like to.
Oh, you're missing out. It does go
I know,
crazy
I really am.
eventually, but you're missing out.
I read, like I said, I read the Max not too long ago, like a long time ago, but I've read it just again recently. And Max just ditches Pitt in the Outback. And he's like, "You're coming back,
Yep.
right? You're coming back." And I was like, I'd love to know from Dale how, like, how did he get out of the Outback? What happened from there? Like,
What happened
is there,
from there? Yeah.
is there an issue? Or I know it's like obviously just a joke that he left in there, but give me the headcanon as to how he got out of the Outback. What
Right.
happened? Yeah.
Some people say that he's still there to this day. But there you go, guys. Pick these up. I have never read Pitt. Unfortunately, when I was a wee lad, when this came out, I'm strictly Marvel. I didn't really buy anything independent. I was aware of things. I was aware of Pitt, but I was like, not Marvel. Like, ooh, I don't want to. It was one of those, like, I didn't want to spend money on something that wasn't connected to this universe that I was already invested in, right? Sunken cost, I guess.
Yeah, no, I can understand.
Yeah, but now I'm an adult. I have extra money, so I can just throw that stuff.
That's right.
There you go.
Check that out. All right. Let's get to the thing that we came here for, guys. Have you heard? Has everyone watched this?
No.
Before we jump into Spider-Man, I just want to say for everyone who's out of the loop that today season 4 of Invincible came out, so we now have 3 new episodes of the new Invincible series. For those who are not aware, that's over on Prime. So,
Did you watch it yet, Liam?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you like it?
That's what put me into my depression spiral. It was seeing Invincible and wanting to make stories like Invincible, and
Right.
Sam Keith dying, and all of the bullshit surrounding everything in the way of me just making books. That's all I want to do. I loved it though. Like, it's great. It's Invincible is Kirkman's a good guy. He's an awesome dude. The people that work with him are great. Tech Jacket is a great character as well, so it's good to see him getting a bit of
Liam
love.
was sponsored by Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Nice.
Amazon, man. Fuck the Amazon, but I'm pro Kirkman. Very pro Kirkman, So
Let me move Mint up so people can see here over comments. This
gonna
trailer
shut
is
up.
more exciting than Dune 3. I wasn't so I did see this, right? And there's a couple of things in here I don't like. There's a theory that I have on some things, and we'll get to it. But right now, I just want to point this out right now. Spider-Man is sitting on this metal beam, right? And obviously, you can see that everything's upside down. So clearly, he's actually sitting underneath it, right? But if
Does he
you
have a
watch,
sticky butt?
I was just
Well-
gonna say that, man, because in the Tobey Maguire, they show like the little hairs come out of his hand, right? So he's got to have a hairy ass. So it's like little ass hairs. Are like
No,
swinging.
no.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing that they always did in the comics. That was one of the things that made Mayday different to Pete, was like her ability. She had a greater control over her ability to sort of attract and repel things.
Yeah, she could. She could also like throw things away
Yeah.
from her. But also, you know what's the other thing you have to realize? So clearly, his costume is real thin, so he can like hold on to things with his hands and stuff, right? So that means he's not wearing any underwear.
Mhm. Well, we've known that about Spider-Man for a long time. That's been very obvious. But yeah,
He's
no,
just
like
free balling it the whole time. Just
always.
Pete goes
Oh,
commando.
That's half of what being Spider-Man's really about: power and responsibility, and the ability to just free ball it in free space. You know, that's what he wants.
if he barks, will he fall?
Good question.
This is the reason
Why wear underwear when the entire suit is? Well, because he wears the suit underneath, and then sometimes like they'll show him change.
Yeah.
And like when the suit gets burned off or something, he has underwear. Like so, like he really shouldn't though, because it would get in the way. The cotton would get in the way.
It'd ride up and
It comes out in small cubes. What?
Maybe he has like really thin underwear.
I think they just
He's got those Me Undies. He's got that sponsorship that everyone gets on YouTube.
I always hate, like, I was a big fan of Spider-Man. You know, that's my main thing, right? Spidey's my thing. And I knew intimately before any of the films or anything as how all his abilities work. And, you know, they sold us books telling us how his abilities work and stuff. And it always annoyed me that there'd be these characters you'd see that would be wearing sneakers and shit as Spider-Verse as Spider characters, because I'm like, there's no fucking way he's getting through the soles of that shoes to be able to stick to things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I knew that's just at the end of the day.
Miles Morales, he needs to have those Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
That's right, those Rip
He gotta
Force
look
ones.
fly.
Yeah.
Come on. He's got to be stunting. He can't be out there looking like a dork. Let's check this trailer out. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Can you guys hear it?
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing? Okay, hold on.
We might need to reshare.
Yeah.
So this is a new trailer?
Well, it came out on the 18th, so
Nice.
4 days ago.
Quite recent.
We just didn't watch it because like we don't watch like trailers and stuff on drama shows, and then the comic show wasn't until today, so just never got around to it.
Still no sound. Okay, there.
What?
It's going down.
Raise the volume though.
Let's try it again.
There we go.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
So he's stalking Ned on Instagram now?
Damn.
Yeah.
Is he like on an alt account? Because when you join an Instagram live, it shows you like your username has joined.
It just said Spider-Man has joined the chat.
Yeah.
Well, they don't
Stimulated
know who
lady.
Peter Parker is, so they'll just be like, it's just like a random dude.
It's just some random guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. There's a lot of space
Hi,
between
my
that.
name is-
There's a lot of space between his face and that mask.
Way too much, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's nitpicking. But yeah, you're right. 100% correct.
Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
Oh, wait, hold up.
And the only way to stop it
That's the lady from Daredevil, and if she's giving him the key,
Oh,
that means
right.
that Wilson Fisk is no longer the mayor, right?
Oh, right. I did hear someone say that this ruined the next part of Born Again.
Yeah. I mean, if you actually thought that Wilson Fisk was going to be the mayor at the end of Born Again season 2,
Yeah,
There's no way. Yeah.
That's true.
who knows? Maybe this is actually CGI and it is Wilson Fisk handing him the key.
That's true too.
To make
Yeah,
everyone
red
forget
herring.
about me.
So they're hanging out together. They never, like, in the first 3 movies, they never were like friends. At least it didn't seem like they were friends. I mean,
The
they both were
universe
friends with-
probably the universe had to course correct. There would have been a whole bunch of instances where, and I'm maybe giving them too much credit here, but there would have been a whole bunch of instances where Mary Jane and stuff needed to have certain information that would have had to have come from a nerdy guy. So maybe the universe just shoved him into the spot that Peter once was, to fill that in her memory.
Why would you say maybe the instances where the 3 of them were hanging out, he's just removed, so to them
Yeah.
it was just the 2 of them hanging out?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Also, man, those eyebrows.
I've never been attracted to. I don't think she's an attractive woman. I
don't think
she's
so. But I'm just saying, like this whole look is like
I don't know how this is Mary Jane. Like,
it's
they're like,
not,
hey,
like,
look,
it was going to be Mary Jane, and then they got backlash, and they went, "No,
Changed
actually,
their
guys,
mind.
it was never Mary Jane. Her name is what the hell, Michelle." If you watch the first Spider-Man with Toby, right at the end of the movie when they do the whole big reveal about MJ,
Mhm.
watch the scene, and you'll notice whenever they say Michelle, it's ADR. Like it's not her saying it like her mouth. It's like back of her head talking, right?
Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm
Do they actually do that? I've always seen that in like comic books and stuff, but I've never seen anyone in real life get the key to the city.
Right.
oh
True.
yeah, you know what? My Mike Herrera from MXPX and stuff, like my bro, he has the key to the city. Him and the band got given it to for Bremerton. They got the key to the city. That's a thing.
What does it allow you to do? Can you just go anywhere?
Whatever they want.
Start
You just-
taking
It's a
stuff?
trophy, I guess.
Do you flash the key to the city at like a local McDonald's? Be like, give me my free McGriddle, please.
I mean, I would. I don't think they do, but I definitely would. It's probably why
Is there
someone
like
me
a
doesn't
giant door in the city that it opens to like a magical like back
Yeah.
room?
I
have.
don't know.
Into, like,
What if we take it to a strip club? What happens?
it's like in the spirit, you know what I mean? It's like
Keys is an old tradition, ceremonial mostly. Yeah, I know, but like I've never seen a real life like someone like getting the keys to the city.
Rohan's in on the conspiracy. He doesn't want us to know about the doors, but now we know that he's one of them.
What if there was? What if there's like those keys are like actually ancient artifacts and they unlock some magical door? Like
They
you
do,
can't
man.
get the
They do.
7
Every
keys
city-
together.
Yeah, and that's how you get to the spirit of the city, and it imbues you with fantastic city-based powers.
One
You
key
see
to
that,
open them
Liam?
all.
There's actually a superhero in Marvel that is like embodies like the city and it knows everything that's going on in the city.
Yeah, same deal.
If I had a key to the city, if I had a city key, I would wear it on a chain. Hell
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
I would
and you get
want
all
it.
the
It looks like
ribbons
it's
that you
gold.
wanted.
I'd be like, how much is this city key worth?
Spider-Man.
Damn.
hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself.
Okay, so does this spider sense not work anymore? Because
No, he just knew that wouldn't matter because it's Frank Castle.
no, like right here, he's just walking.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's
right.
Like he would know. Like he would in a normal comic, he would have jumped up.
yeah.
His
Reflexes aren't
Look,
great.
you saw how
Working
this
good,
trailer opened, Frog Tony. He wants to
He's-
die.
Yeah,
He wants to die.
So you're saying it's going off? He's just ignoring it. He's like, ah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
He's
like, fuck it. He's too depressed, you know?
yeah. You
He
can
is
see him
depressed.
looking at it coming. Look at all this time he's got to move. And tell me I'm wrong. Look. Look at that. He could have jumped that
Damn.
easy. Doesn't even bend his knees. Doesn't even try.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering.
Like even right here, like he should have known that it was still gonna go off.
Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home!
That's the best part there.
So do you think that's
That's a
it
good
for
one.
Frank Castle? Like that's his whole appearance in the movie?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's a major part of this.
Keep going. It'll make sense in a way from what's shown.
All right.
Spider Boogie. I hate being alive. The real question is Tom Holland's diet conducive to being a Spider-Man?
Tune in to find out.
I don't think he's eating enough bugs.
Yeah. That's funny you say that because we actually have something like that in our comic.
Poison
if you guys
dart
don't
frogs
know-
are venomous because they eat venomous insects.
Yeah.
And they have the color because of that.
If a poison dart frogs, when they're in captivity because they're being fed a diet that is not native to where they come from, they actually are not poisonous in captivity. So we actually explore that. That's actually in the comic. Guys, I did like super research on like the frog species just to make sure that the comic was accurate to it, even though it didn't need to be. Because I'm retarded.
That's technology.
No, it's great. It's great. All the best comics about the things that people love.
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
What a whore.
Just slip
Peter Parker
away.
stops existing and then she just starts dating some other guy. Fucking
I know,
whore.
right?
Hey, look at that hate in his eyes there. Like that's either bad acting or deep hatred.
Seething.
Hard
Look at
thing,
this.
even if it breaks
Well, that's
Peter
his
Parker's
real
heart.
life girlfriend. So could you imagine? You're like, hey, so your real life girlfriend's gonna stand there while some dude's stroking her hair, and you're gonna
Actually,
Aren't they married?
are they?
Yeah, they got married recently.
Oof. It's even worse.
Yeah.
He's competing with James Gunn for who can have their girlfriend fuck more guys on camera, I guess.
oh,
What is happening to me?
Man, that's some big pepperoni nipples.
Wait, who put him in this web? Was it him?
Himself.
Right.
Doing
Okay.
himself. He's going through. They're doing the mutation disease storyline.
Yeah.
That's
this is
cool.
a plot from the cartoon show. In the
Right.
90s.
Well, it's from the cartoon show, and in the modern comics, they have the storyline called The Other.
The other, yeah.
So, which I hope they don't go the full.
No, they're not doing
Other-
the other. They're doing the mutation disease because we got Punisher in it as a major thing,
Yep.
and like
I don't know. I heard that the if you look at the villain in this, it is an entity that's going from person to person, which is in The Other.
yeah, I suppose. All right, let's see. Let's go. Let's see.
This summer.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating,
This DNA is mutating, which did happen in The Other.
it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between
So there's
cycles,
Steve Davis.
it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
See right there where the thing came out of him.
Cycles,
Oh, see that
it
again? I
can
didn't
leave the
see.
spider vulnerable to
It's a lady, right? It's an old lady inside this tank, and
threats.
We are faced with a danger that we
And
can't
it's just
control.
invisible.
All
See how
people
it
are getting
goes from
possessed.
person
Yeah.
to person.
We can't even see. Stay out of my way.
I don't like Michael Mondo's scorpion suit.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of...
I don't
This
like.
is where-
Go ahead.
Tarantula.
No, this is where they fucked up, in my opinion. Look, it's awesome to have Tarantula in there. Didn't identify him as Tarantula when I first saw, and to this day, I still don't think that I can see him as Tarantula because he's missing the lower face part and the bandana bit that comes out the back, which doesn't seem like a lot. But if you look at him now, he just looks kind of like a Deadshot style character rather than like Tarantula, like a Spider-Man villain. Like
Rogue Easter egg spotted. What? But in the comic, the tarantula has a big spider logo also on his costume.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. And then Boomerang looks cool though.
Oh, Boomerang.
That's good.
That's his modern costume. That's not the original Boomerang costume. I don't know who this is though.
That's just a random person that he's carrying. Like,
No, I don't think they would just show him with like a random person within.
Isn't this a homage to Amazing Fantasy 15? Like, isn't that the Amazing
Right.
Fantasy 15? What?
Yeah.
It is, but again, I don't know. There's a guy in the comic. So during the other storyline, there's a guy in a suit named Moreland who's chasing him. And I'm thinking that might be him.
Let me go full screen.
Mormon.
Let me go full screen for just a second. No, I meant the picture. It's on my computer. Hold on. It could be he's wearing a big ring. The hair's right. It could be.
It seems weird that just this random person and then all the other villains are being shown, right?
If he wasn't wearing the big ring and had his hair slicked back like that, I think you might be right, actually.
There's something going on, yeah.
amounts to a kind of...
Then you got the hand ninjas.
And
rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Been upvoting all of her Instagram videos, and she's noticed. Retweeting them.
Apparently, Ned has been tracking Spider-Man.
there's a Pepe Silvio board. Look at this.
That was a
So
good spot. That was a good
you
find.
heard what's his
Banner?
name? You got Bruce Banner in there. I think is a red herring, trying to be like,
Yeah.
oh look, he's not the Hulk.
He's not the Hulk anymore.
What's that on his wrist there?
I believe so. In the She-Hulk series, he had something on his wrist that supposedly turned him back into Banner. Remember when he was healing up?
It's a
from-
suppressor.
No, I didn't watch the She-Hulk series on account of the fact that I felt that in doing so, I would become soulless. Like,
Well, it's a Marvel thing, so I had to watch it. But in there, the whole thing. So in the comic, he gives a blood transfusion to Jen Walters. In this version, he's wearing a suppressor to help heal his injury after Infinity War, or not Infinity War, Endgame. And so he's in human form, and that like keeps him from being the Hulk. Now, where is Scar? That's a good question. So I think this is a red herring, though. I think that the suppressor isn't going to be working because in the original Hulk transformations, it was always at night. He would turn into the Gray Hulk at night, and then they made that the Joe Fixit's gimmick. So I think Joe Fixit is going to be out there on the street causing trouble at night, and Bruce Banner is not going to be aware of it.
possibly. Maybe that's what they're going to do with. So we've got the Hand, which is a Daredevil element. We've got, we have Punisher, who is connected to Daredevil strongly. We have that mare, which is from the Daredevil series, and we have the Hand. So this is strong Daredevil root stuff. Do you think they did a? Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Continue. Sorry.
I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
So that's Keith David's voice, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking about spiders mutating and stuff. I'm gonna throw out a insane theory. Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Keith David is going to be playing the Jackal.
Oh.
Miles
If you don't know
Warren.
who the Jackal is, Miles Warren, Professor Miles Warren, is a professor of geneticists. He's the one who takes Spider-Man's DNA and creates the clone.
Yes. So, you know, they won't show. You know, so Miles's thing. The reason that like he's a villain, right? Well, the reason he becomes obsessed with Spider-Man and all that, people sort of skim over, is he was in love with Gwen Stacy, right? He was like mad for her, and Peter ended up getting her killed. So that's why he ends up becoming the villain. But if you think about it, he's like a 40-year-old dude in love with like a, you know, like a teen fucking, well, a young college girl, you know? It's kind of creepy as shit.
Whoa,
But,
whoa. I'm getting tired of all this slander of us guys in our middle ages dating hot 20-year-olds.
You're gonna be sympathetic, but like, do you think they're gonna go the clone route with this next? I mean, it'll give them the excuse to have 20 different fucking Spider-Man, which is all
I
they
think.
want.
Here's my theory. He goes to Bruce Banner for help, but also he also goes to Miles Warren for help.
Yeah, I agree. Like that makes sense. If he goes
Miles
to
Warren
Bruce,
is the one
he
giving
can
him
only
the
get
speech.
so much help.
Yeah, and then I think it's gonna have a ending hook of Miles Warren like in the lab, like growing the clone for the sequel. Right, the sequel bait will be him in the lab with Peter's DNA.
Yeah. Interesting. Now wait. Before I forget too, when they had the crossover thing, right? Was there any commentary between all of these guys about mechanical web shooters versus organic web shooters? Did I imagine that? That happened.
They did have a debate about it. Yep, that was a thing.
So this isn't all new, completely new territory to him either. He is aware this could sort of happen.
No, Tobey Maguire had organic. I think Andrew Garfield had mechanical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Right, but I'm not the only one who thinks that Miles Warren is going to be in it. Is the Jackal Spider-Man Brand New Day's hidden main villain? Trailer, clues, and rumor explained.
Okay, all right.
Says there's a very good chance that the Jackal, what's up, George, will be a Spider-Man Brand New Day's big bad, and we're now taking a deeper dive into the clues and rumors and what they mean for the MCU moving forward.
Okay, this is all bullshit. Yes, he's absolutely in the movie. Why? Because they already gave you the clues. They duplicated the Punisher, the Tarantula, and what do you call it? The Boomerang guy. What do you call it? Cover actions into the movie, which all of them have one common denominator: the Jackal.
How so?
What did I just finish saying?
Okay, but how's the Jackal the common denominator? You need to elaborate.
Have you guys read the comic book? The Jackal was in all those books.
There you go.
Yeah, when those characters debuted, the Jackal Miles Warren was around and active at the time.
Yes, he was.
Heading into Spider-Man Brand New Day, it's no secret that the movie will feature a lot of villains. There's the Scorpion, Tombstone, Boomerang, and Tarantula for starters, while the Department of Damage Control, the Punisher, and the Hulk could also pose a major problem for Peter Parker. If Sadie Sink's mysterious character isn't Jean Grey, then she could be anyone from Shathra to the Spider Queen. As of now, though, we still don't know who the movie's main villain or big bad is. What if Sadie Sink is actually Gwen Stacy?
No, what you're seeing on the camera in the trailer, you're seeing two different Peter Parkers. The Peter Parker that's webbed up, that's the clone.
Okay, but that didn't. Then George, I said Sadie Sink with Gwen Stacy, and you're like, "There's two Peter Parkers." I'm like, that's
what part? It's everything's right there. That's the story.
Oh, look, if George is right, they're not gonna continue.
They're not going to continue with Tom Holland having organic web shooters after the movie's done.
Okay, that has no George. That's great and fantastic. I would just like you to address my point of what if Sadie Sink isn't playing Jean Grey, she's actually playing Gwen Stacy, which would tie into the Jackal.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think that's what we're looking at here. I'll have to watch it again after we get off. But let me tell you, if they did the whole thing where what we're looking at
Wait, why do you want me to get off?
No. What I'm saying is that would be clever if they did just go straight into it.
I'll go watch it after you get off. It's like, really?
Oh, hey, come on.
No Mr. Negative in the Spidey movie? Okay, guys. No. They said the rumor. That's the thing, though. There's so many rumors. The rumor is she's mind controlling people. I don't think she's going to be Jean Grey. I think it's a red herring. I think they specifically said that they wanted a redhead, so that way they could make her white haired. Like
they're not going to debut the X-Men in Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're not.
That's bullshit.
No way. Yeah.
Either way, like how they took Bryce Dallas Howard and made her white haired.
Yeah, that was good. She did a really good Jean Grey.
Yeah, then she became really fat and not attractive anymore.
Well, no, then when she became fat and unattractive, then she did the Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where fat and attractive people go, up against a dinosaur.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So when you look at the dinosaur and then you look at her, you go, okay, the dinosaur's scary and big and fat and ugly. And you go like, okay, well, you know what?
She looks skinnier, but you look at the dinosaur, you're like, oh, maybe she isn't that fat.
Yeah, she isn't that fat at all. You know, she
Right,
looks
back
nice and plump. Yeah.
Says, however, they may be hiding in plain sight, and the first teaser trailer even appears to tease their debut. Look at the keg behind Ned Leeds in this shot, and you'll notice it's labeled Green Jackal. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
As Easter eggs go, it's hard to ignore, and Marvel Studios was surely aware of the speculation its presence would lead to.
Miles is going to be in the party, hanging out with everybody. It's there.
Then there's the small matter of the Thing and the Princess and the Frog star Keith David's ominous voiceover. Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats. And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of a rebirth.
Yeah,
whoever he's playing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Whoever he's playing seems to know a lot about spiders and presumably is an expert in biology and genetics. And when Peter goes to Bruce for help at the Empire State University, it would make sense for him to refer the ally he forgot to someone who specializes in whatever the wall crawler is going through in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's what I'm speculating. What were you saying now, George?
Yeah, no, there's no such thing as 3 life cycles of a spider, and Miles is going to get referred to from Dr. Banner. It's a no-brainer because there's 2 things that are going to happen with the Dr. Banner. They're going to have him in. They're going to have the Hulk in there. They're just not going to introduce Bruce Banner without having the Hulk in there, and people are saying, oh, the Hulk is probably going to be Gray Hulk because they really want to bring back Savage Hulk, and the only way to do that is through the Gray Hulk.
By the way, there really is 3 life cycles of a spider, George.
Yeah, that's all bullshit.
Spider propaganda.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this study.com video life cycles of a spider, it says a life cycle is.
I can't believe you actually looked it up. Oh my gosh. I would say anything to the opposite of what you say.
Yeah, but see, you're wrong, George, and I have to.
Of course, I'm wrong because I picked the opposite of what you said. Gosh, it's so obvious. If you said the sky is blue, I'd say bullshit.
But Nerdrotic says Sadie Sink's Jean Grey will unleash the Savage Hulk.
Yeah, that sounds like heavy.
Yeah, well.
All right. She says she's feeling under the weather, tired.
I'm tired, not under the weather. The weather, I'm with the weather, actually. I'm going to go to bed.
Hello, tired. I'm George.
Hi, George. I'm tired. All right. I'm going to go to bed because I'm
Anything
tired.
you want to plug before you pop off?
Comic review this upcoming Friday. Hyde Street, issue 1.
Hyde Street, did you say?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, funny. I got a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde book coming out shortly.
Nice.
Is it my eyes, or does that say Simp Crisp apples back there? Have you got Simp Crisp?
Cosmic Crisp.
Oh, Cosmic. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, those are the good apples.
Yes, they are.
Look at Sean waving back
Sean
there.
over there.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
Sean.
he's waving.
Hey,
Vito talked about those apples. They're really awesome.
They are good. I started the Cosmic Crisp apple thing. Vito just copied me.
That's true.
hey guys. All right.
All right.
Look at all that
Good
shine
night,
off of Sean's head. Jesus.
Is he
I'm gonna go
sleeping in
bed.
sunglasses?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
He lives with his sunglasses.
Yeah, he has sunglasses on.
He sleeps in them. That's great.
Yes.
Looks like his avatar 24/7.
That's true.
All right.
20 years of the
Take it easy,
sunglasses.
guys.
All right. Adios.
Good night.
Booty grease.
Shut up.
A certain Dr. Miles Warren, perhaps, a professor at ESU, he became obsessed with the student Gwen Stacy, and when she died, transformed into the villain known as the Jackal. He'd eventually go on to clone her in Spider-Man, creating Ben Reilly, Kane, Spider-Side, and more during the sprawling Clone Saga, which is something that I don't want the MCU to ever touch. I think this Clone Saga should just stay dead, but
Yeah, it's a bit risky.
multiple scoopers have said the Jackal appears in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And most recently, the Cosmic Circus, Alex Perez wrote, I know Miles Warren is one of the antagonists in the movie, but as Jackal, not necessarily the scientist. He knows that. I could have swore that one of the professors at the school in the first Spider-Man movie in Homecoming was named Professor Warren.
I think you're right because I remember thinking, "Oh, okay." In my
No,
mind.
it was what it called the Dr. Connors making an off remark about Professor Warren.
Yeah, I remember a Warren mention.
No, not Dr. Connors. I'm talking about the first. I said Homecoming, not the Andrew Garfield movies.
That's the one I was talking about.
Because it was that one guy, that one dorky, the dorky dude that was on the bus with them, the teacher.
Dorky dude on the bus. I don't
Who
remember.
the hell? You know, the main teacher, the fucking dorky teacher that was there.
You're talking about the second movie, right?
Oh no, Martin Starr. I guess his name is Mr. Harrington.
Apparently, Miles Warren is in a Marvel movie over there. He's a major character in Kraven the Hunter. Apparently.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. He was also there. Right?
But that's the Sony. They can't touch that. So presumably that means that that's why.
Okay, so here's what it was.
This is why he doesn't show up as Miles Warren and only shows up as the Jackal because.
First off, no. Secondly, there's a character in the first Spider-Man movie called Miss Warren. Miss Warren.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people were speculating that they were like gender swapping her or whatever, gender swapping the Jackal, and I think that's where the confusion is.
But remember, Sony got the rights to a whole bunch of the Spider-Man villains that they can't use over
all the Spider-Man villains.
So that's why I'm saying like
no, but they can use them. Sony said they're open to sharing things with Marvel.
Okay, cool.
That's why all these Boomerang and all of them are appearing in this movie.
Gotcha.
If the Jackal is the one pulling the strings in the long-awaited follow-up to Spider-Man No Way Home, we may be looking at a Destin Daniel Cretton-helmed trilogy that revolves around the web-slinger and his clones. Not only would Warren's genetic tampering explain Man-Spider's emergence, but it may lead to another teenager, Miles Morales, eventually acquiring spider powers of his own. No one wants that. No one wants live-action Miles Morales. Throw in the fact that Tom Holland would get to sink his teeth into playing multiple versions of the same character, and Spider-Man Brand New Day could be the start of a seismic shift for this character on our screens. We'd also be remiss not to mention that Jean Grey has been cloned in the comics. While that didn't involve the Jackal, there has been some chatter about Sync playing Madeline Pryor in this movie. So Marvel Studio plans may be even further reaching than we realized. That would be interesting if he cloned Jean Grey and he created the Madeline Pryor clone.
Yeah, there's no way.
That would be a better way of tying.
Yeah, that's bullshit. There's no way Marvel's gonna allow Sony to have characters that they have 100%. Marvel's trying any way they can to get Spider-Man off of Sony's hands. They're not going to give characters to Sony.
Well, why would it be giving characters to Sony? I mean, seen Iron Man. Iron Man appeared in one of the movies.
Yeah, no, that's established because wait a minute, something called Civil War.
Right. So if they allowed Iron Man to be in one of the movies,
did you see the X-Men? Did you see the X-Men in Civil War? Did you? No, you didn't.
If you allowed Iron Man to be in one of the movies, if you allowed Doctor Strange to be in one of the movies, you could allow Madeline Pryor to be one of the movies. And then,
did you hear the part where I said, "Did you see the X-Men in Civil War?" No.
Did you see Spider-Man in Doctor Strange movie?
That has nothing to do with Sony.
Yeah, it does, because Doctor Strange was in No Way Home.
Yeah, I got it, but that has nothing to do with Sony. The X-Men are 100% in Marvel's hands, Disney's hands,
and so is Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but
so is Wong.
These are characters that are already established in the DCU through the Infinity War total saga. You know, the part where eventually it gets to Infinity War, and what's it? Infinity and the other one, Endgame.
George, they put Beast in the Marvels.
Yeah, they did. How did that go? It was a really shitty movie, wasn't it? Because of that.
No, it wasn't shitty because of that. It was shitty.
Oh my gosh, it was. That was one of the factors that made that movie terrible. Good gosh.
Anyway, enough of George's meddling. So in a New York that no longer knows his name, he has devoted himself wholeheartedly to protecting his city as Spider-Man full time. But as the demands on him grow, he's put under increasing pressure. This triggers an unexpected physical change that threatens his existence, while a strange wave of crime emerges and gives rise to one of the most dangerous threats he's ever faced. There it goes. Look at that.
And by the way, the Beast in the Marvels, that has nothing to do with Sony.
Putting someone in a Spider-Man movie does not give Sony any ownership or control over that character, George.
Yeah. Says you.
No, it says the deal that they would make, obviously. George, you're very contrarian. You know that?
What?
Very, very contrarian.
What's a contrarian?
No, he's not.
Wait, what's a contrarian?
I mean, it's almost like look at Shane Davis's King Kong versus 232. Does that give him ownership of the King Kong IP?
I don't know what you're talking about. What's the word contrarian mean, anyways?
Anyway, guys, go back Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex Volume 3 comic book Second Chance campaign with a gorgeous King Kong cover. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
That could be a problem. King Kong.
So see this one here. This is where I'm going to call out Shane. See, he called this a virgin cover, right? But I'm not buying it. Like, that cover fucks.
Hold on a second.
She ain't no virgin.
The word King Kong, I think under trademark and copyright. But having a big gorilla is not. But the name King Kong, I think, is still under copyright and trademark. Oh, that's a problem.
Savage Kong versus 232. It doesn't say King Kong.
Well, but go back up. Look at where you see the word King Kong.
No, that's just in the advertising. That's not in the actual.
Well, yeah, the advertising is just as.
We're getting away from the issue here, and that's a.
What do you mean? That's a big issue.
This isn't a virgin.
Well, you say this cover had sex.
I'm saying this cover is false. That's
Liam.
How do you know the sex life of this cover?
Shut up, George. Liam, have you ever seen the movie Monster Squad?
A long time ago, man.
You reminded me right at the end where the chick recites the thing, and they're like, "You're not a virgin," and she's like, "Well, I thought it didn't count." It's like, "What do you mean it doesn't count?"
Oh goodness!
And then they
I've never
had to
seen
get the
that
little girl
movie.
to like recite the German stuff, and because they're like, "What about her? Is she a virgin?" Which is here's the stupidest thing of that whole movie, right? They're looking for a virgin, and none of the dudes are virgins, according to the movie. Even though they're all dorks and like clearly none of them have had sex. They're all like 12, 13, 14-year-olds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but for whatever reason, the movie like, well, it's got to be a woman virgin. Like only women are virgins. Will MJ not get that memories back? No, she won't. Who's the one with the failing marriage? George? What are you talking about, you Super J?
I think he was referring to the Spider-Man stuff because this comic was from a while ago.
Either way, guys, go back and Glorious Rex. I got it. It's fantastic. 1 and 2. They end so like just so abruptly, and I'm like, oh man, like I want more.
Big cliffhanger.
On both of them. On the first one, it's the cliffhanger with like, oh, there's shit happening outside the city. And in the second one, they're like, giant evil creature.
Super kaiju.
Yeah. It dwarfs 232. It is that huge. But yeah. I would definitely pick it up. It's a good series.
Hell yeah.
And look at it. You get some mange t-shirt.
I like that.
Mange glass. I wouldn't put Mange Davis 16-ounce pint glass. I would have put Mange Davis 16-ounce shot glass because Mange takes a 16-ounce shot. You don't take those little wimpy shots. Right? What else we got? And the CGC lenticular cover. I'm not a big fan of those. Have you gotten all the supplemental books for this, Toy?
I don't have the supplemental for book 1. Like I missed out. Like I wasn't around for when book 1 came out, so like I bought a convention special of book 1. It's actually the Tampa convention, and I never bought the supplemental for book 1. But I do have a supplemental for book 2, and I have both supplementals for book 3 coming.
Nice.
So, yeah, back on day 1, I wanted to get that lenticular card.
Anyway, I think this is a nice cover. This is the only issue I really have with like CG in general. Is like you get the book and then like 3 months later, like look at this super awesome cover. Like fuck, I don't want to buy like 2 issues of the same.
Dude, that always happens.
But man,
it always happens to me.
FOMO, bud. Big business
For real.
it is.
Well, it's not
They get
FOMO.
back a cover and they're like, "Oh, here's a new special John Malin cover." It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I want that one too.
Love you. Stay excellent. I'll be back later if I can.
We'll
Take it
probably
easy,
be,
Liam.
Liam's gone, but we'll probably be gone by the time. Malik says it's why I wait. Yeah. I'm
not
about
a
to
bad
back it. I
strategy.
want the con cover, but I don't want to pay the extra. Yeah. What is the supplemental stuff? It's extra material, like in between stuff.
Or prequel stuff sometimes. Like you don't need it to understand the main story, but it adds a little extra spice to it. Fills in some gaps, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. 232 Beast Mode. I think some of the criticisms and stuff, instead of them making like a new book or adding pages, like, oh, we'll just throw a supplemental, which is like a smaller little additional material, right? Also, don't forget, you can get your Master Racers, CG Master Racers. And they got the 232. And then I know the main ones, the ones on Ethan's page, are going to be shipping soon, he said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Stop sharing that. I think that's it. I think we got ain't much else happening this week. You know what? Let me show off one more thing. George, you got anything you want to show off before we go?
Yes, George, you didn't show anything yet.
No, it's already on Critical Blast. You guys are gonna enjoy it. Go to Critical Blast. It's all there.
Yeah, and then don't forget the Aaron Lopresti.
Right.
Barbaric Adventures.
Is there any artwork on the inside that we can see?
We got the cover here.
That cover is fucking awesome.
Yeah, very Frank Cho-ish.
You got the Dan Lawless cover.
Some sci-fi elements in there with the guns.
I like this cover right here. The Joe Jusko.
Heavy metalish.
Heavy metal, yep.
And here's the interior story pages and interior art.
Well, damn.
Keep going.
Oh, wow.
Mars Madness. Special Big Barbaric box exclusives. Look at that.
It's very Frank Frazetta.
Look at this. This is a color rough for the painted cover. This is not the final art.
Ooh,
I like. This
I love
reminds me of
caveman.
something, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
And this is the old school newspaper strips of Flash Gordon.
No, this very specific. No, this very specific holding someone above his head as there's other
plug.
Huh?
Plug.
Plug what?
P-L-O-O-G, the artist.
Anyway, George, you always throw me off.
Oh, it's not my fault that you lack in knowledge.
I'm saying it reminds me of something. There's a cover. This is a very specific.
Oh, Tarzan holding the ape over his head, drawn by Neil Adams.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, go back. Aaron Lopresti's new book. It's a magazine. It's called back to the classic black and white comic magazines of the 1970s, like Savage Tales, with exceptional art and stories. 64 pages of dinosaurs, warriors, and barbarians.
That's super cool.
It says the first issue includes stories by Aaron Lopresti, Dave Williams, and Dan Lawless, as well as contributions by Gary Martin and a few surprises. Aaron Lopresti debuts his new title, Primal Zone, the story of a reluctant hero cast into an interdimensional world of dinosaurs and cavemen. David Williams introduces us to a story of a young medieval knight who battles a horde of demons in a quest to become a true warrior. Finally, Dan Lawless takes us to a futuristic Mars, where a high-tech society has fallen into savage chaos, and one man must fight to survive in a now barbaric world. Gary Martin also contributes to this project, as well as a bonus preview story by Aaron Lopresti. The stories and art by this talented group is sure to captivate and excite, not insight, and bringing back those fond memories of when sword and sorcery magazines ruled the newsstands. I think this last line, for me, personally, it's like you're targeting old people. It's like, man, I wasn't old enough to have those fond memories of swords and sorcery magazines at the newsstands.
Oh, that's funny. Everything about the Barbarian Martian, Frankenstein, Hyde, and all the books that are coming out in succession is basically this concept. You know, the old school magazine format, high adventure, sword and sorcery. These guys should go over to Critical Blast and get yourself a copy. You don't have to crowdfund it.
So what you're saying is you have very similar ideas.
I executed first. You're welcome.
Well, thank you, George. George Peter Gadsden's, everybody. He'll be here all week. All right, guys, take it easy. That's the show. We're glad you joined us. Don't forget to back all the great projects. And we'll be back tomorrow with your daily dose of drama. So be prepared for that. As always, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.